Greetings, Psychology 101 students, and welcome to week 2. The information on these next sessions will be spread over the next 2 weeks, as we have 2 weeks to talk about the topic of memory and other things that are going on in our class. So the next sections will include some important dates in our class, a review of your student success answer, introduction to memory. For today's lecture, please have note paper to write on, and I might not get to that until the next session since these are only 15 minutes long, but have note paper. We're going to talk about staying on course in Psych 101 because you have this week and next week to complete these tasks. You're going to finish your answer to the student success question and bring it to class on February 4th to share with your success team that we will form on that day. Prepare for our quiz on memory on February 6th, and that'll be taken with your clickers. I'm going to show you these questions before you take the quiz. Actually, they'll be in this session or the next one. I hope you start your debate paper according to the instructions in your syllabus, in the videos, and on Canvas, including those example papers. And your debate paper will be due February 11th to the assignment box in Canvas. It's time to read the chapter on memory in your free e-text. And when I give you the items for the quiz, you can target the exact topics as you read. And it's time to read the 2 articles in the Readings in Psychology, a Debate and Issues Approach book on the topic of Does Religious Commitment Improve Mental Health? So as I've mentioned before, you can find this book in the library if you don't want to purchase it. And I highly recommend that you read it there because it'll save you some money. So that's it. February 4th, you'll bring your answer to the student success question, and February 6th, you'll be ready for a quiz on memory, and then February 11th, you'll be ready to turn in your debate paper. Okay. And I'll show you the actual questions you will be asked based on these 2 articles as well. So I'm going to ease you into the quizzing in our class by showing you the first 2. Okay, important dates. February 4th, we meet on campus. February 6th, you have your quiz on memory taken with your clickers. Remember to register your clicker on Canvas homepage by clicking on the upper left navigation tab. If you have any challenges with registering your clicker, contact ICE Clicker Support at this number. February 11th, the debate papers are due to the assignment box in Canvas. And February 13th, we'll have our first debate on Does Religious Commitment Enhance Mental Health? And there will be 2 or 4 questions that'll be taken with your clickers. And you can pause this at any time if you want a little bit longer time to write down these dates. All of this is in your syllabus beginning on page 9 where the course schedule is. And I highly recommend you just always go by that. I'm giving you lots of information, but it is all clearly laid out in our schedule for our course. Okay, so when we come to class on February 4th, you're going to share your answer with one person from your success team. So again, out of the 8 possible success behaviors, you're going to pick 5 that you might like to be better at, and you're going to list the success behavior like being interdependent. Then you're going to list a good thought that will help you be interdependent and a good behavior that will help you be interdependent. Then maybe the next success behavior is improving your self-management. A thought about helping you manage your life better and a behavior that you can actually do that helps you manage that. So you pick 5 of the 8 things that we've talked about, write a thought and a behavior for each one of them. Then your self-change project is you pick one of these that you really want to work on and make a little project out of it. So you'll list the success behavior and discuss why it's challenging for you. So if the success behavior was interdependency, then talk about why it's hard for you to form a study group or work with a study partner or go to tutoring or go to your instructor's office when you need help. Then give an example of a problem thought that you have about that success behavior. Like, I don't want to ask for help because it makes me look stupid. Or, I don't even understand this enough for anybody to help me. Or, oh, I'm pretty sure I can just figure it out, and when the deadline gets near, I'll just force myself to do it. Give an example of a new good thought that would improve your performance. For example, I am beginning to realize that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but it is a strength that will be an asset to me in my college journey. Give an example of behavior you actually performed that improved your performance. So by the time you write this on April 23rd, you will really have had a chance to do it. So this is stated in past tense. So hopefully here you're able to say, I went to my English instructor's office and got more guidance on how to do the paper. Or I actually got a study partner in algebra and we've been doing all the homework together. Or I went over to the tutor center in the library and I worked on my debate paper with one of the tutors. Something where you actually did a behavior that helps you with this success factor. Then describe who you're accountable to and how, that should say, do you connect? Like, did you talk to them or was it texting? How did you let them hold you accountable? And how will you reward yourself? So maybe you need a reward right after you do the success behavior. Maybe you need a small token reward each time you think the success thought. Maybe if you've been pretty consistent for a week in doing the new success behavior, maybe you need to give yourself a bigger reward. Maybe after a whole month of doing it, you give yourself an even bigger reward. Okay, so my example looks like this. For my self-change project, I'm going to focus on the success behavior involving taking responsibility. I tell myself that it's not my fault if I don't get time to study. I have to work and babysit, so there's just no time. My thought that I want to think is I want to be more responsible for my progress in college, and I will not blame anyone but myself if I don't complete my work on time with high quality. My behavior, I'm going to get a planner and write all my assignments and tests in it and make a commitment to look at it every day. I will also learn to say no to more work hours and to too much babysitting. I'm going to tell my sister Kay, yes, I really have a sister named Kay, that I'm trying to change this behavior, and I invite her to text me each day and ask me how I'm doing with my project. And my reinforcement, if I succeed in making the planner and looking at it every day for a week, I'm going to reward myself with crab cakes at Bella Italia, my favorite restaurant. I hope some of you have been there, and if you haven't, please put it on your list. It's on Coffee at Floyd, and it's delicious Italian food. It's also quite romantic and unique. It's a good date night place. Okay. Leaving success behaviors and moving into memory. Here you're going to have 7 questions, and here's what they're on. Types of memory, like short-term and long-term. The capacity of short-term memory. How many items can be held in short-term memory? We'll talk about that. What's the self-referencing effect? Positive reflections of memory are called, and you'll see that in your text. What are the 3 functions of memory? What are the physical representations of memories called in your brain? When you cannot recall a friend's name, what memory process is failing you? Okay, we can end this session here, and I will pick up with our next topic, which is details on memory. Thanks for listening.